Hi there, I'm Karen Marie, and this is Psyched Up for Sunday, June 13th, 2021. Thank you for your attention here. For those of you who watch me regularly, I greatly appreciate your attention, your comments, your feedback to me. I read your emails and I appreciate them. So, for those of you who don't know me, again, my name is Karen Marie. I'm a professional psychic and musician. I live in Austin, Texas, and I have been doing readings for the public since 1988, 33 years. I've been a practicing Buddhist for 37 years, since 1984. So I conduct my work out of the center of my spiritual practice. And I feel like everyone is psychic. We all have intuitive abilities. And just like some of us have stronger abilities and others less, like the volume is turned up for some of us, louder than for others. But everyone can work on developing their abilities and listening to their intuition. And I believe that intuition is the voice of the higher self within. And so I'm a Buddhist, so I call that my Buddha nature. If you're a Christian, you can call that your Christ self or your higher self or divine self, whatever this part of the universe that is within you, that is the creative force behind all things. We all have a piece of that creative potential within our lives. And so we all can generate and create and manifest from that piece of divine within us. And so the more aligned we are with our intuition, the more we listen to our intuition and follow its promptings in our life, the more we're going to be in rhythm with our life and things are going to unfold and there's going to be a flow, right? And so this week, I'm going to talk about the transits, but I'm really just going to focus on a couple of the intensive ones that are happening because I feel like they're permeating everything this week, and we're still in the post-ecliptic, not apocalyptic, but post-ecliptic. It's kind of similar in terms of we just had two eclipses happen, right? Back to back, a lunar eclipse and then a solar eclipse. And so eclipses are portal points. It's where things speed up. We move through things more quickly. We advance. We can learn lessons. It's kind of like you can take a college course. It takes you like a whole semester, or you can take it in the summertime and you can actually knock out that whole course in 8 weeks, right? And so the eclipse is kind of like taking a college course and knocking it out in 2 weeks, right? Really intensive, really quick learning things. So I'm going to talk about those and then I'm going to move into mini readings for all 12 signs and I will do the timestamps below for each sign. And this is for your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or stelliums. This is if you have a stellium, 3 or more planets in a particular sign. So these readings, when I do, and I'm going to go back to my original Osho Zen Tarot deck this week and do 1 card readings for each sign, pulling an extra card if I need to. So I'm a channel, which means information just comes through me from divine sources. I have what I call a council, a tribe basically of spirit guides and angelic support systems that all work with me. And when I pull out my ego, my mental, my emotional stuff out of the way, I become clearer so that I can receive this information and translate it and communicate it to you guys. I'm also an empath, which means I feel in my body what's going on for other people emotionally. I did not know I was an empath for most of my life, childhood for sure. It wasn't until my early 20s I began to realize, oh, MG. Like, you mean the crappy way I'm feeling is not just about me. It's like I've tacked in somebody else's feelings. So one of the main things I've had to learn is that empath is learning how to clear my emotional body and not because empaths are emotional sponges. And I know a lot of you watching this are also empaths, so you can relate to this. We soak up what we feel in our environment and we have to wring ourselves out. And for me, the wringing out process is my daily chanting practice. It's meditation and breath work. It's going outside and walking in nature. It's soaking in the tub. It's staring into fire, right? Writing in my journal. Those are some of my main tools that I use every day to tap into and cultivate this relationship with my higher self, which I want to guide my whole vessel, my whole ship, my whole life, how my life works is geared to be spiritually directed from a higher source, right? So that's my endeavor. Of course, I'm a human being with clay feet. I F up. I ignore my intuition. Yes, even me who have been doing readings for 3.5 decades, ignore my intuition at times, always getting the right in my face. How could I have overridden my intuition? How could I have tried to rationalize myself through this? Even me, yes. So we all are on this evolutionary trip here on planet Earth. We came here to learn. We came here to grow. We came here to evolve as souls. So it's not just about finding your one soulmate and living happily ever after. Like we're this like Disneyland. We've been programmed that that's the goal here. It's not the goal here. No, no, no. The goal here is to evolve, to grow, to transform, to change our karma, to become conscious, awake, alive, and aware, because we are always setting causes in this present moment that create our future, right? And so when we're conscious and we're awake and we're present, right here, right now. We're not caught up in the past and what happened. We're not tripping on what might happen in the future. We're right here, right now, alive, alert, awake, and joyous and enthusiastic about our life right now. That's the end game. We're trained to be like when we graduate, when I lose 50 pounds, when all these things that are like a carrot at the end of the stick. And the secret is it's not about a destination. It's about enjoying the journey. It's about right now joy. And so I have my t-shirt on. I just picked up. I've got that joy, 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 joy down in my heart. So no, I sang that at church camp as a kid, right? I've got that joy, 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 joy down in my heart, right? So it's one of the songs that goes back to my childhood, lots of church camp, lots of spiritual retreats singing that song. So we had a dog, my youngest son, Rave, acquired for free 4 years ago, little beautiful chocolate lab mix, and he named her Joy. So my deal is whenever I come in the house and she's waiting for me at the front door, I'm always singing, I've got that joy, 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 joy. Like that's my song to her. So I just took a trip with my son this last week. We went to Louisiana and back, and we stopped, just to, gas up and take a break on the way. And I walk in and out and see this t-shirt, right? I've got that joy, 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 joy. I had to pick it up, right? And that's really my theme this week. It's about finding joy in the middle of chaos, in the middle of your life. You can choose joy, even if you don't know what tomorrow's bringing, if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing on this planet, even if you don't know what tomorrow is supposed to be happening. You can be joyful today because the joy spirit, the joyful spirit, is part of the divine. When you tap into divine in your life, you know it. Things flow. There's organic rhythm. The universe will confirm you're on the right path. It will bring little angels and synchronous things that show you, oh, yes, you're exactly where you should be. These are confirmations. When you're off track, that's when you're like depressed, you can't get out of bed, you're out in the world, you hit red lights, you get into confrontations at every turn. That's showing you're out of rhythm in some form or fashion. And I believe the best way to get back in rhythm is to pick up spiritual practices, right? These are the tools that guide us back into the center of our lives, the center of our spiritual lives. And when we put like, so many people today is what I notice are spiritually anorexic, right? We're spiritual beings. We're supposed to be thriving on spiritual food. What is spiritual food? Time spent in communion with our divine higher self. Whether that's, like I said, chanting, praying, meditating, soaking in the tub, going within, finding it in nature, finding it in connection with others. There's all kinds of beautiful ways to access and contact source and to see it in our lives in all kinds of ways, right? So the goal is to find your tool bag of how you can access your higher self and therefore create joy for your life. All right, that's my diatribe. Thank you, guys. That was interesting. All right, I'm going to share my screen now. And what I've got pulled up here is the United States of America astrology birth chart with the current transits in green around the outside. Okay, so right now we've got the sun at 23 degrees of Gemini. We also have Mercury at 18 degrees and it's retrograde. So these two crossed over in this last week. Mercury was moving back this way. The sun's moving this way. The North Node is at 10 degrees. It's been there for the last week. It will continue to be there at this week. So these are I'm going to say the characters, the acting on the stage. The sun is illuminating what? What is it illuminating? Gemini. What is Gemini? Gemini is the twins. It's ruled by Mercury right here in the picture as well. It's the mind. It's how we think about things. It's how we think about ourselves. What Gemini is also like when Mercury goes retrograde, which it is right now. Mercury is retrograde. We get a little bit more, one more week of Mercury retrograde. It goes direct on the 22nd. So we got to hold on tight, watch our words for look, check again at the emails, review, rethink. Retrograde is about reviewing, rethinking, going back, looking at it a different way. So Mercury retrograde in Gemini is about our thoughts. And here are the two thoughts, the two twins in Gemini, the higher self, the intuition, the intuitive self, and the lower self, the mind that's programmed by everything we've learned here. It's also the duplicity, the dark and the light, the Jekyll and the Hyde. Gemini rules our communication, our media, our transportation, our technology. And so when Mercury goes retrograde, we'll have glitches with our computers, glitches with our phones, glitches with our cars, glitches in communications. So I'm sure I don't need to preach to the crowd here. I'm sure all of you are very aware of how Mercury retrograde has been showing up in your life. You're probably already ready for it to be over. And the sun traipsing through Gemini is illuminating how we communicate and how we think. Here at 10, I said this the last 2 weeks, it's been sitting at the North Node's been sitting at the same degree. The North Node is basically like the teacher for the classroom of Earth, planet Earth. Okay, class, we're learning about 10. 1 is I feel, and 0 is holding space for. So holding space for our feelings, which is about manifesting. So this is difficult, all in this energy of thinking. The biggest block to intuition for everyone is the mind. The mind gets in the way. That critical thinking, the negative thinking, the black and white thinking, the right and wrong thinking blocks all that, blocks our ability to feel and intuit, right? And especially when we have 3 aspects here in Gemini. Gemini's the twins. So then we have the twins of the sun, then the twins of Mercury. So now we have 4, and the North Node 6. So there's 6 elements going on here in Gemini. And of course, then we have Mercury retrograde. So it's the reviewing of our speech, the reviewing of things we've said, the reviewing of how we think about ourselves. What do we think to be true about life, right? And then always across from the North Node is the South Node. It's at 10 degrees of Sag, which is about manifesting new feelings and holding space for new beliefs. It's how I translate that. Okay, so the biggest thing we have going on right now, we have the sun at 23 degrees squaring Saturn. No, Neptune at 23 degrees of Pisces. Okay, so we have sun squaring Neptune. So what is a square? A square is when like 2 cars come together in an intersection and there's no like stop sign. Who goes first? It's the one with the most sway, the most power, right? So here the square off between the sun and Neptune. Neptune's an outer moving, slower planet in its home sign of Pisces. Neptune is about psychic connection. It's about spiritual evolution, spiritual connection. It's about downloads, channeling. On the downside, it's about delusion, illusion, addiction. In Pisces, again, Pisces is very spiritual. It's about 12th house deep karma, past life stuff. Intuition here, focusing on past life, having past life flashbacks will happen, having dreams about past life lovers, having people literally come into your life that you have a past life connection with can happen when Neptune is in Pisces, or any planets in Pisces. And we've had Jupiter now join the mix. It's at 2 degrees of Pisces as well. So it's expanding this energy of let's get psychic, let's get connected, let's feel things out. And the sun is like, wait, what? Here in the side of Gemini. Wait, let's stop and think. Wait, let me call in the committee. We have to see if this is right, or this is wrong, this is good or the bad. And Neptune's over here laughing and saying, it's just about following the intuition. Does it feel right? Does it feel wrong? Right? So there's a strong square off right now today as I record this. And we'll be feeling this lingering. And we felt it coming up, right? So we have the lingering feelings of the eclipse portals that we went through. That's still in the air. We feel eclipses for months afterwards. So we still have this eclipse that was in Gemini here. And so this is about new ways of thinking is how I interpret it. And then the lunar eclipse was in Sag, which is about letting go of old belief systems. So that's the whole portal I think we all just went through, is the opportunity to let go of old belief systems in ways that don't work for us in terms of how we believe about ourselves and what kind of systems we buy into in terms of our beliefs, spiritual beliefs included in that. And then the North Node is like, how can I hold space for what I want to manifest? I can feel my way and hold space for what I want to have come into my life, right? So this is the energy going on here right now. The biggest thing this whole week is happening tomorrow, Monday, the 14th. We have Uranus in Taurus. Here it is in the United States chart in the 6th house, squaring exactly Saturn and Aquarius. Now, these two squared off exactly earlier this year in mid-February. Those of us in Texas are acutely aware of what happened. Uranus, sudden, unexpected. Like Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. It's the maverick planet. It brings curveballs always. It knocks you off your game. It always is a beneficent, though. It brings benefits. It brings spiritual things, right? Saturn is about our rules, our structures, how we form things, our laws. It's the rule maker. It's a stop sign. It's setting boundaries, right? So these two squared off in February, right? The rules squared off with sudden unexpected. And Taurus is a lot about the earth changes. So we've been having all kinds of crazy unexpected earth changes since Uranus came into Taurus. It's a slow moving planet. It takes 7 to 8 years to move through the sign. So it's not even halfway through its transit of Taurus. So we've got several more years of Uranus literally shaking up the earth. So what happened in February with the square off? Sudden, unexpected, what was it? A freeze. We had weather here in Texas that was like from Siberia. Rarely do we have snow on the ground. We had 4 inches of snow on the ground for a week. Sudden, unexpected, out of nowhere weather squared off with what happened. We got shut down. We already had the pandemic. So that's there's also that underlying pandemic energy going on of shutdown already was happening, right? Structures of shutdowning, having a shutdown. Then we had our power grids go down, our electric and our water went down, right? So squaring off. So these two were both direct at the time. Uranus is like, I'm going to bring the Siberian freeze. And Saturn goes, right, well, I'm going to match you with I'm going to shut down the power and the water. So that's how the two squared off in February. So tomorrow we have the second of 3 squares of these two, right? This time, Saturn is retrograde. So Uranus has the upper hand this time around. Last time around, they squared off at 7 degrees, right? What's interesting about the 7 degree square off, even though we were all shut down, stuck in our homes without water, without electricity, seven, spiritual, psychic connection, the network of people with each other arose out of that square in this beautiful network of community, spiritual, psychic, feeling each other out, being there for each other is what happened as a result of that square. So a beautiful medicine happened out of the poison. So this time around, Uranus is sudden unexpected, which means we cannot predict it. No psychic can predict what Uranus is going to bring, right? So it'll bring sudden, unexpected something or other. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. So if you think of all the things that Mercury represents, right? Our communication, our transportation, our technology, travel, all that. Uranus is the higher octave of that. So it's like psychic connection, spiritual downloads, things that fly in the air, transportation, like airplanes and aliens. And it's the internet, like the world wide web of connecting everybody with each other. So some unexpected could happen coming from internet, like it could be, with structures, somebody else who could try to shut down, um, another cyber attack could happen, for example. And I feel like they've been in a loose square with each other while these cyber attacks have been happening. So this to me is a Uranus square Saturn thing. Cyber attacks, sudden unexpected things coming from mercurial, higher octave communication things shutting us down, right? So we're going to continue to have this all year long. They're in a square with each other all year long. It's just exact tomorrow. It was exact in February. It will be exact 1/3 and final time in December on Christmas Eve. All right. So right now, Uranus has the upper hand. So the good news about that is sudden spiritual, unexpected, revolutionary, the maverick has the upper hand over the rule maker, right? How things are supposed to be, the structure. So I'm feeling this could be revolutionary, especially in personal lives. Like I'm feeling like people could really have some spiritual aha downloads, revelations that cause you to restructure your life. Like I'm going to meditate every day now. I'm going to write in my journal every day. I'm going to like spend time, like the structure of your life really changing as a result of this. But I'm feeling cyber attack. I'm feeling media. I'm really feeling foreign attack on America, and even alien. Like we may have some alien contact this week, sudden unexpected news. I mean, we've been having news coming out of left field, but this to me, I'm feeling this is sixth house. So sixth house in the United States could be litigation. So we could have unexpected litigation thing that comes to the light, right? That's about shutting something down that, that we could just, I mean, I'm expecting there's like some sort of like major world news around litigation that's happening. This is the house of service to others. And so the United States, this is the United States chart. So it's service. This is where this has been. It's also health. So we've already been being hit, right, in our health with COVID, right? So Uranus transiting the United States sixth house over the last 2 years, and we brought about this sudden unexpected health crisis here in the United States. So this square off happens between the United States sixth house, health, service, and the third house of communication. So yeah, it could even be something connected to the vaccine or a news related to the vaccine or the virus itself or another spread or contagion of this exploding or something new just coming out of nowhere. Uranus, like I said, likes curveballs, and you cannot predict Uranus. Can't. I don't care how good a psychic you are. You can't predict what Uranus is going to bring. The other major player we have right now is Pluto is retrograde in a Capricorn at 26 degrees. It's conjunct the United States Pluto. but it's retrograde right now. So it's come up close to it. 26 is going to be going backwards. It will not become exact until February 2022, in which case we're going to be having we're already going through major transformation, right? Power and control, transformation, death and transformation is power, is Pluto, power and control in Capricorn, power and control in our lives. So all of us are facing where is power and control is just showing up in our lives, and we're transforming those. Every single person alive on the planet, I've been seeing it so much in clients' charts. Wherever Pluto shows up in your chart, I guarantee you're having a power struggle, right? And so Pluto is in the United States chart, is conjunct its natal Pluto, but this is the second house. This is our food, our money, how we store things, our land itself. So this is power and control struggles over our food supply, over our money, and how we form things in our lives, how we feed ourselves, how we clothe ourselves, what we value. Taurus is also value. So Uranus and Taurus is accessing ourselves to renovate, reevaluate how we value ourselves. Are we giving ourselves the credit that we deserve? Are we spending our money and putting our energy into the things we love? And so sudden unexpected in Taurus is ruled by Venus. So it also could be beautiful love energy coming in, art, music, inspired art and music may be created this week with the artists and musicians that are like just having a spiritual download in a really amazing way. Let's see, we have the moon right now in Leo. It's just crossed over Mars, which is also in Leo. It's at 1 degree of Leo. So now we finally have Mars in Leo. Oh, it can gain some traction now. Mars is a fire sign. I mean, it rules Aries, so it's comfortable in Leo, a fire sign. In water, it wasn't very comfortable. So you may have been feeling like you're treading water over the last 6 weeks or so as Mars was transiting Cancer. We still have Venus there. Venus is actually really comfortable in Cancer. And what's really interesting is I look at this right now, Venus is at 13 degrees of Cancer, which is where the United States natal sun is. So it's the United States is getting a kiss by Venus. So this would be other countries that love us, like we're in relationships. As a country, would be relationships with others. Oh, like if this was in a personal chart, it would be indication that you might have a very sweet kiss showing up in your life from a love relationship. It also could be interest in the arts and music and that kind of thing. So there's an interesting kiss. And so I think it's interesting that the World Summit is meeting right now, right? And it's been a love fest with other countries in the United States this time around. Very different from how it's been before. So Venus kissing the United States sun right now. The other thing that's interesting is about this 13 degree mark. Venus is at 13 degrees. Saturn's at 13 degrees. Uranus is at 13 degrees. All of which break down into a 4, which is the breakdown, breakthrough energy. It's innovation. It's the maverick. It's sudden, unexpected. So bam, in the next 24, 48 hours, expect the unexpected. That's what you can do. And like put your request in for unexpected joy. Like if you're going to have something unexpected come in, it could be unexpected joy. It could be unexpected money coming in, Uranus and Taurus, resources, right? It can be unexpected love coming in, right? It can be a hit to the pocketbook, unexpected financial stuff. It could be unexpected things turning south in relationships. Like eclipses bring in people and have people leave, like major entrances into people's lives and exits in people's lives happen when we move through the eclipses. I'm going to stop sharing now. So I'm going to take a little swig here of my water and move into channeling readings for all signs, starting with the Aries. I'm recording this at a different time of day than I usually do. So got the sunset coming into my window right now. Hopefully that makes you feel some joy. I'm feeling joyful today. I'm choosing to feel joyful. So there, join me in that choice. All right. So again, this is for sun, moon, rising stelliums in Aries for this coming week, or anytime you're watching this video. I'm going to throw that out there. If you happen to be watching this video 3 months from now and you're in Aries, this will apply to you. I promise you. That's what my guys are promising. I personally don't promise nothing. My guys are saying that through me. All right. Bam. Going with the flow, Aries. Okay. This is time where you just cool your jets. It's okay to chill this week and feel it out, right? The sudden unexpected is going to bring curveballs. Mercury retrograde brings change of plans. All you have to do is just go with the flow. There can be some really wonderful, lovely things coming in. Like, just let it unfold. This is a wonderful week of trusting your intuition, allowing things to happen, resting. I feel like, Aries, you need some rest. It feels like you've been burning the candle to at both ends. Get in some water if you can. Soak in the tub, soak in the shower, go swimming, soak in the shower. Yeah, you can stand in the shower and soak, I guess. You can fill up the tub. Peace, ease. It's all good, Aries. If you're in a dilemma, you will figure it out. The answer will come to you. You will not figure it out. Let me cancel that. It's not about figuring it out. Oh, am I gonna? No, it's about stopping, trying to figure it out, and letting the solution just come to you. Okay. So that feels like that's important for Aries this week. Allow the solution to be revealed. Okay. Go to Taurus. I got that joy, 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 joy down in my heart. All right. So you guys might especially be affected by this Uranus Saturn square because it's in your sign, Taurus. So I feel like there's a jolt of electricity, something wow coming in. Here's the integration card. So this is one of the psychic cards. This is about integrating your psychic intuition into your life, listening to your intuition and letting it help you transform. Something's coming full circle. I'm seeing this snake here swallowing its tail. So there's a full circle moment coming around this week, Taurus, feeling like, oh my goodness, I set these causes and now things are coming to a conclusion, a fruition. Also, I'm drawn to this yin yang, the Tao sign in between these hands. And so it just feels like it's also possible for peace and harmony and like win-win coming together in communications and just like holding the world in your hands, like in your heart, like let's just hold the space for us all coming together and raising our game and bringing joy and peace to the planet, right, Taurus? I feel like you guys have a special tie to the earth and the animals on the planet and just the things of this earth. And so you guys prayer for the earth and the elements and the bees, like I'm the swan here and this whatever this guy is, I'm not even sure. Something with a beak. He looks like he knows the what though. I don't know. I get Taurus as y'all are just tuned into the I guess it would be the beings of the sky and the water this week. So maybe you're out in the elements where you can actually see the birds and pay attention. But to me, the birds have messages this week for the Tauruses, if that makes sense. So just pay attention to which birds show up in your life this week, Tauruses. So like whether that's cardinals or doves or who knows. But that's an interesting reveal here. All right, guys. We'll go with it. Geminis. Let's see what's going on in your world. Besides the turning up the volume on the usual havoc that you have, the indecision of just trying to decide between two minds. I feel like in the middle of all this stuff and excited energy and the Gemini, it's an opportunity for you guys to be able to just exit out of the mind and drop into the silence of meditation and stillness and quiet. Like to me this week, it feels like there's a portal opening up where it's easier to drop out of the mind. This is the no thingness card. This is like echoing what I was just saying. This is a blank canvas. This is a clean slate. This is the new beginning. This is no thoughts, no thingness, right? This is where you begin anew. You don't have the plan. You stay open for the plan to reveal itself. You stay open for the inspiration, for the song, for the painting, for the drawing, for the architectural work that you're going to do. There's something new starting, Gemini, this week, and it's inspired. If you get out of your head it can be the most inspired, creative, like vision you've ever had in your life this week. Gemini. Okay, cool. All right, Cancers, you're next. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. All right, so this card, the conditioning card, Cancer, the story behind this card is that this lion falls in with a cub as a cub with a pack of sheep. So his whole life he's around sheep. What are the sheep doing? They're sleeping, they're eating, they're shitting. That's it. Like he's so restless and anxious and doesn't understand why, because nobody around him's having any problem. They're happy just to sleep and eat and whatever, lay around. Now, one day, another lion comes and spots him in the middle of this pack of sheep. He's like, dude, come here. Calls to him. The lion follows him. And they go to the nearby water source where the lion sees his reflection. And he's like, oh, I'm a lion. No wonder. All right. So, this message, Cancer, is looking for your tribe, looking for your people. Don't force yourself to be with people that don't feel like your people. And when you're around people that you know don't get you, don't try to just defend yourself and get them to see you. Just find the people who do get you. That's kind of what I get with this card this week with Cancers is like, don't sweat it. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. So just leave it or make a plan to leave if you can't leave at the moment. Like make the plan to leave. It's time for you to find a different environment, different partner, different work environment, different place to live. Something's going on, Cancer, where you're like, this isn't really working for me. So wherever that's showing up in your life this week, Cancers, where you get that feeling of, this isn't really working for me, allow yourself to be free and follow your heart and follow what you would long to do. That's what intuition is all about, is following what the prompting is. Oh, I really love to. It'd be awesome if like the intuition will pull you in positive ways like this, whereas the logical, rational mind will come in, well, you need to do this, you should do this. This is about following the intuition into something new this week, Cancers. Okay. Leos. Speaking of lions, I hope y'all are having a great Leo summer. Sun's out. I'm enjoying the extra sunshine, extra time outdoors, extra time out on the water. The sun entering in my life in a bigger way. Now I'll be like complaining about it in August when it's 100 degrees outside. Okay, the success card is coming up for the Leos. This is like the promotion, the good news, like finally and yay, and what you've been looking for coming together and celebration and just feeling ecstatic. And then maybe making plans to travel too, like the tiger here is on the earth. Traveling could be international travel. You could also be hearing some good news from someone from another side of the planet, or hear about someone coming to travel to you from another planet, or meeting a foreign person from another planet. That's Freudian. We may be having some alien stuff coming in because I meant to be saying from another country. So yeah. All right. So if we have an alien invasion this week, like whatever, don't be surprised. So this is good news though. Like if you deserve it, you've needed some good news. Like, yes, get a break, take a break. You may be taking a break and just like vacationing, like just or taking a mental health day off, Leos. Like you're needing just like, just to feel good about yourself. It's okay to have a day where you just like have a spa day, or you go to the, just take the day off and enjoy yourself. I'm just getting the need to celebrate and enjoy your life right now, Leos. Focus on what there is to enjoy. That's the last thing. Okay, Virgos. Okay, travel card here, Virgos. So you may literally be traveling this week or planning a travel. This could also be symbolic of a journey being in the middle of a process and you're not finished with it. You're in the middle of the school, you haven't completed it yet. You're trying to connect with this person, that person, and you're needing to go from Switzerland to, France in order to connect the dots. I don't know. There's some international travel feelings coming up, Virgo. And so if you're not literally traveling to foreign countries, it may be like spiritually or vicariously traveling, like even reading books about Italy or France or Spain. Like I'm really getting foreign travel or the draw to foreign information, very important for the Virgos right now. And the sun coming out, like definitely getting out in the sunshine, um, clearing your mind. I'm hearing the free your mind and the rest will follow. It's, yeah, definitely carve out the time to meditate this week, Virgos, because it feels like I'm just getting like cluttered thinking, like you've got Mercury in retrograde. It really hits you hard per Virgos ruled by Mercury. So it's okay to just take a vacation and to like chill out and to like stop and smell the roses and just like the travel could just be like like a meditation travel, like do some guided meditations where you're traveling to some beautiful destination or something. Okay, so is there anything else for the Virgos? No. All right, Libras. All right, Libras. What's in store for the Libras this week? All right, the experiencing card. Definitely upping spiritual practices is important this week. Spending more time in solace, quiet time, time alone, time spent reflecting, times like writing in your journal or talking to friends where you can hear yourself talk. Like it's okay to be talking to others if you're hearing yourself like, oh, like every time I talk to my best friend, like I have a realization because I hear myself tell her what I need to hear myself saying out loud, that kind of thing. But there's definitely some inner realization, revelation. That's what I'm getting with this experiencing card. And I get that because the lining of the robe here is white. And so I'm seeing that as inspired inner tranquility, like spiritual practices and just dropping into basics. Like, what do you need to self-care? How much sleep do you need? How much water do you need to drink? How much exercise do you need? What kind of foods do you need? Like it's like basic self-care this week, Libras. If you get into like cleaning a house, cleaning your system, cleaning your psyche, you'll have a great week. If you just spend 3 days even this week, like drinking extra water, cutting out the sugar, cutting out, alcohol and like getting extra rest, getting more exercise, like just 3 days of intensive, like up. And I'm getting lemon in your water, like drinking water with lemon to help flush things out. Cause it feels like you've been getting a little bit on the party side, Libra. So maybe you need to like flush some toxic energy out of your system with some lemon water. So do that. And it feels like 3 days you could have a reset this week, Libra. So jump on that and won't even take a whole week. Okay, Scorpios. All right, Scorpios, receptivity card is what's going on for you. Openness, be open. Like the job of the wide receiver on the football team, just go get open. You don't have to try to figure it out. Just expect psychic spiritual downloads, expect visions, expect dreams, expect wonderful things coming in because they are going to be. This is a wonderful week to receive psychic downloads, spiritual downloads, connections with loved ones on the other side. If you've just recently lost someone that's crossed over, you might hear from them in a very vivid, powerful way. But this is a very intensive psychic spiritual week, Scorpios. it feels like put affairs in order. Maybe you've recently lost someone who didn't have their affairs in order or something, but it feels like there's a note to just get your affairs in order. I don't know if that means making out a will or just like organizing your house or like getting ready for your trip or your presentation. But that's what I was hearing, Scorpio. Get your affairs in order. Okay. Sagittariuses. My social Sages. Definitely going to be a social week this week, Sages. Unless you're my hermit Sages. There's choices to be made. The schizophrenia card comes up, which is feeling split down the middle. This is about one decision versus another, or my heart is here, my head is here. I'm feeling cray. I've got to make this choice. I've got to move away from this person. This isn't working for me. How do I shift? How do I change that? This is what I feel going on with the Sages. There's a deep divide. This card will often show up when people are trying to make a decision between two things and they have to choose one versus the other, or they're trying to decide to leave a relationship or not, in which case this is definitely a leave the relationship card. Or just that there's a choice and you can't quite decide on the choice, or you're just in a divided mind, or you're up too much in that Gemini mind that we all are in right now with Mercury retrograde, and you can't see things clearly. All right, let me pull an additional card with that, the laziness card. Okay, so this is like, so I feel like there's procrastination going on, Sag. Like you're avoiding doing something, dealing with something, looking at something within yourself, or it's a project around the house or something, you need to say to someone else. It feels like, oh, I don't want to do this. I want to like move away instead, which may be the right option. Moving away, maybe communicating and dialoguing could be the option. Writing it down could be the option. Participation is working with others, though. There's definitely something by the end of the week where you're getting together with others that feels really, really good, and things seem to come together, and maybe input from others is helping you get clear on some of this stuff where you're not clear right now. But it just feels like click. By the end of the week, you just feel like things are falling into place in a lovely way, with connections with other people coming into play. Right now, at the beginning of the week, it just kind of feels like, what? Anything else for the Sagittarius? No. Okay, Capricorns. All righty, Capricorns, hardworking Capricorns, leading us all. I'm seeing someone chipping away, like literally at rock. It feels like sledgehammer or on rock. So I don't know if someone is literally splitting rocks, Capricorns, or if you're having stones, like renovations, and you're doing like stone now facing on your fireplace or on the outside of your house or something. But it's interesting, something about rock cutting, or maybe you have a geode you've been sitting around, you need to split open. Maybe you've been thinking about going rock climbing or crystal. I don't know. These are all the things that are just bubbling up in a very weird way. Capricorn, the healing card is coming up. You need to care for your health first, paramount, most important. Like, you've been trashing your body is what it feels like. Not enough water, not enough sleep, not enough good food. Crap. Kind of like I told the Libras, you can transform your health just in 3 days by up in the amount of water you're drinking, put some lemon in it, up the amounts of fruits and vegetables you eat, get more sleep, get more rest, take more naps, take some time off if you need to. I feel like Capricorns you're heading up to a healing crisis if you don't stop and attend to health. And there may be some Capricorns who need to actually call your doctor this week if you get some weird feelings in your body that are not normal. Please call your doctor. Please set up an appointment. Please don't ignore certain things. I'm getting some health stuff coming up with Capricorns this week. Oh, and this hand over the head. I'm just kidding. Like, it feels like you just need to know that all's going to be well. Like, psychologically, it feels like you need some healing, and just like, I'm feeling like you just need to dose yourself in kindness and compassion, and knowing that all's going to be well. Everything is fine. You've made it through 100% of your worst days so far. right? And you'll continue to make it through. You may not know how to make it through. All you ever need to do is to get guidance on this one day. What today do I feel guided to do towards this impasse, this block, this icky feeling within me? That's all you ever have to do is like just tune in to right now. Okay. All right. Aquariuses, you're next. Are you feeling the joy, Aquariuses? Are you being joyful? Are you doing good things? I feel like people have been like imbibing more than usual this week. Maybe it's the eclipse season that made people, but definitely the playfulness card is coming out. So it's like, and he had fun, fun, fun. So the Aquarians look like you're definitely partying, having fun. It may be kind of fake, like you may be having to fake it. See the clown mask on the face here. So you may not really actually feel like you've been having to be, excuse me, you may have been having to be social. Mercury retrograde is really fucking with me, excuse me. And you didn't feel like it. So this is like, but this is tapping. I get that you can and will tap into real joy this week and what really brings you joy, and tapping into your inner child. Like true playfulness comes from tapping into the spirit of your inner child. What would your inner 5-year-old love to do? Like, go do that. If it's finger painting, if it's karaoke, if it's digging in the sand, like to me, treat your inner 5-year-old this week, Aquarius. That's if you don't know how to have fun, think about what would your 5-year-old self want to do. And chances are your 30-year-old self, your 50-year-old self, your 80-year-old self will also enjoy that. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And then we have the Pisces. All right, Pisces. Okay, you've got the guilt card coming up. Okay, so it could be that you feel guilty over something that you can't stop thinking about letting go. Most often, this card is more about just the sensation of like, oh my God, I can't figure it out. There's just all these thoughts going. This is also classic Mercury retrograde. You can't figure it out. You're trying to think it through, think it through, think it through, think it through. Can't try to figure it out. Like there's a lot of mental angst going on, Pisces. I'm going to definitely draw an extra card. The moment to moment card is coming up as your extra. So this is about the guidance of all you have to figure out is this one moment. What right now do I feel guided to do? Not what do I think I need to do? What do I have to do? What should I do? What do I feel guided to do right now? This is how you get yourself out of this mental angst that you're in, through inner guidance. Okay, just drop, close it down. If you have to get in the tub to get quiet and turn within, you know, go into meditation, go into chanting, go on a long walk. Pisces, you guys need to access that inner reservoir of spiritual breath and like let it all flow up and let yourself take that head off that and let channeled information just move into you. Receive. Pisces, y'all are good at this. You're psychic, you're sensitive, you're spiritual. Get out of the head and the rational mind and the logical trying to figure out, and just go into spirit, go into trust, go into your spiritual practices and your psychic connections and your dream state, and you will find your answers this week, Pisces. Okay, guys, that's what I have this week. I am still offering, I should have said this at the top of the video. Hopefully, a lot of you are still watching. I'm offering a special for this summer in parties. So if you schedule a party with me by the end of July, and you can schedule that for any time during the year, after you have the party, you will receive a free hour reading that you can use for yourself or you can gift to others. Now, a party happens one of two ways. Either a wealthy host or hostess hires me by the hour, and I'm giving a discount for my rate of pay. My rate of pay per hour is usually $280. For this special, The party special will be $200 an hour. So if you want to have me come to be at your party to do readings for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, whatever, you would pay me by the hour. And then your guests would have their readings with me free. And they were talking 15-minute readings at a large party like that. Or what's most common with my clients is for a hostess to just host their friends or family coming over. And then I'm there at their home privately doing readings one-on-one with people who pay me directly for their readings. So the hostess just has me there. They don't have to pay for all the readings for their friends. They have me there, and then their friends pay me for their 15-30-minute reading at $50 for 15-minute readings, or $100 for 30-minute readings. So that's my special. Get with me. Let's schedule something. I just had a party yesterday that was awesome. I really loved it. And so for those of you that I met new yesterday, I just had really a really wonderful day, meeting lots of wonderful, beautiful new souls. So my website is psychedupmovement.com. If you want to shoot me a tip or a donation, you can do that through PayPal. My email address is bringoutthebuddha@gmail.com. And then if you want to shoot me something through Venmo, it's Karen-Marie-16 at Venmo. And I'll put all that info below this video as well. So if you'd like to send a tip or donation to support this channel, please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much if you're still watching this, for your long attention. And